Hey everyone, sorry it took me so long to upload this next episode of Bioshock, and thank you so much for being patient. I had some crazy technical issues. I lost a bunch of footage, so I'm gonna have to record about, 20-30 minutes of footage again and get back into the flow of things, but I'm pretty sure I know what the issue was, and hopefully I will not have any further issues with this Let's Play. Because I do not want to have to film this episode 5 million times. So, yeah, let's go.
Like this.
Yeah, send in the bird. We're ready to...
Stay where you are!
What are you doing? Get the girl!
Let's see if I remember how to aim. Slightly easier than it was in, I'm playing this in Borderlands, so the aiming is a little bit different than I'm used to. Oh, yeah. I don't have any, how do I melee again? Oh, I forgot how to melee. Forgot how to play this game. That's not good. That's not a good way to start. Okay, that's how you aim. That's how you crouch. How do I... Oh, I think I use Y. Yeah, I use Y. Okay. Damn, this is so weird playing this after,
Let me out!
after playing Borderlands.
Elizabeth!
Out of here! Stay away
Dude,
from
she
me.
like... You're that thin, you were able to put your body through that, like, tiny ass crack in there.
Don't make me do this!
No. You die. God, I need more health and I need more salts. I just gotta remember how to... Freaking muscle memory is a bitch. Going towards the...
Get away from me!
Hey, come back
Whoa.
here!
Kill those people. I can't believe you did that. They're all dead. You killed those people.
Elizabeth,
You're a monster.
what did you think was gonna happen?
What?
Do you understand the expense people went through to keep you locked up in that tower?
So sheltered.
You think people like that are just gonna let you walk away? You are an investment, and you will not be safe until you are far away from here.
What do they want from me?
I don't know. One thing I've learned. If you don't draw first, you don't get to draw at all.
Yeah. And of course he said something different if he didn't draw.
Bleeding.
Which I did in the first time I played.
What happened back there? It's not the last of it, is it?
Nope.
I don't know.
There.
Nope, there's gonna be more violence, spoiler. Just so amazing how much she changes from this point on. I mean, how much she detested violence.
I've read a thing or two about medicine. I'll do my best to keep you supplied with remedies. If your wounds are healed. I'm studying this.
Oh, try not to yawn. Let's leave the area. Wow. So now we get to encounter all of the racist propaganda that they feed the children of Colombia with. It's like the deeper you go into Colombia, the more fucked up you realize it is. Oh, there's a cool bit of dialogue right here.
Soldiers Field, built in 1903 by the hand of our prophet.
interest as a prophet having a bunch of carnies and carousels?
The place is themed to acquaint children with national service.
You mean the military?
Train up a child in the way
Way he should go, even when he was old, he will not depart from it.
Did you write that?
No.
No, it's in the Bible. It's one verse that we were taught. If you teach children in Bible school or any type of children's ministry, you will be told that verse over and over, because it's true. If you get them while they're young, you can shape them. Well, at least that's what you're told. Not necessarily true. I changed a lot, despite what I was taught as a kid. But yeah, it's a good way to brainwash people is start them while they're young.
The airship.
Let me see if I can get that gate open by hand.
Jockey. Who needs the power company?
Some fool's alternative to electricity.
Doesn't seem to work very well.
Wait till you see it struck things. I don't know why I keep yawning. I mean, it's not that late. It's only 2 a.m. I mean, come on. The night is young.
There it is. First Lady. Looks like it's heading for the dock.
That will take us to Paris.
Just stay close.
Yes, Mr. DeWitt.
Call me Booker.
All right, Booker.
Can explore a little bit.
Or take a look around the boardwalk.
Take a look around.
Suppose a place like this might have much we'd find useful.
Yeah, it's worth hearing the dialogue with Elizabeth. Let's go to the ice cream shop.
Cold Colombian ice cream is a
I really want ice cream right now. Holy fuck.
Try it yourself.
If not a mirror to reflect.
You were hired to come and get me?
I imagine they were interested in meeting you. No doubt for lockpicking lessons.
She's so adorbs.
I never even heard of this place before I got here.
Huh. I assumed Columbia was common knowledge below.
Guess I got a bit behind with current events.
Mm-hmm.
Some sort of...
I'm a, independent contractor. Used to work for the Pinkertons and such.
Mm-hmm.
Not something you'd want gracing a resume.
Pinkertons? Weren't they the ones they'd call in to settle things when the workers took to striking?
Settle. Oh, that's a word for it.
Yeah. He's done some nasty things.
When I was a girl, I dreamt of standing in a room looking at a girl who was and was not myself, who stood looking at another girl who also was and was not myself. My mother took this for a nightmare. I saw it as the beginning of a career in physics.
And that has something to do with how she met her twin brother.
Hello?
Blow yourself. Put your hands where I can see them.
She really wants one of those Duke and Dimwit things.
I see you found our bestseller.
Poor Elizabeth. See, it's kind of cool how she has these little reactions to the environment. Yeah. I would buy you one of those Duke and Dimwit dolls if they weren't racist propaganda. Seriously, I can't take my nephews out anywhere because anytime I take them there, I end up spending so much freaking money. Just like, I went to the donut shop with my nephew the other day. I spent 11 bucks on fucking donuts. That's a lot for donuts.
There was. She died.
How?
Giving birth.
You have a child?
No.
See, this is why walking around and talking to her is important, because that's actually a very important plot detail, and you wouldn't have known that if you had not talked to her that he had a child and that his wife died in childbirth. So, look, Elizabeth, do you approve? I'm on the carousel. I guess she's not that amused. It is pretty weird.
Closed until further notice.
Then there won't be a line to get in.
Yeah! Let's take a field trip, Elizabeth. Sing praises to the songbird, for he is the protector.
Is something wrong?
No, I just gotta open this little shit up. Let's open it up. How does he know this stuff? I wouldn't know to do that.
Oh, it's a bee. I hate these things.
Jeez, just kill it.
No, it'll sting me.
Elizabeth.
I have a better
Not
idea.
the bees!
Wait, what are you doing?
Opening tear.
Oh, shit.
And here we go.
That?
It's a tear. I used to open them all the time in my tower.
What is a tear?
It's like a window. A window to another world. Most of the time they're dull as dishwater.
I want to look at the different
colored
portraits
towel
on the
and
wall.
Tea instead of coffee. But sometimes I see something amazing, and I pull it through. There.
Good God.
Also a reference to the
suppose
first
you've got an
trailer of
airship in
Bioshock
there.
Infinite.
I think so.
And the footage that wasn't in it.
There
Remember the
is-
flowers?
There is something. Oh no!
Close it.
I'm trying!
Close it! I don't really understand what I just saw
Wow.
back there.
We just get like a
It sure
single...
as hell looks like a shortcut to getting us killed.
But I could help.
I can handle whatever comes along.
No, you
Trust me.
can't. You can't, Booker.
Have it your way, I suppose.
For 1 second, we get a glimpse of the crippling anxiety that Elizabeth has to face her entire life. I mean, that terror. She's had to wake up with that every day. Pretty intense. We don't have any lockpicks. Great. Yes! Yay, one of my favorite abilities.
Press.
Yes, I know. Okay.
Slate? I actually know the fella. Seems he's still got a knack for making enemies.
So in this episode, we're gonna learn a little bit about Booker's past. Code book. That will be used for a Vox
Secret message from the
message.
Secret codes?
cipher should be around somewhere.
And there's a Vox phone over here somewhere that explains what happened. Yeah. Elizabeth is still not used to blood. Okay, there's the Vox phone that explains what happened.
Got a tip there were contraband guns hidden in the fellow traveler. Didn't find them, but funny thing, we found some old uniforms under the floorboards from the war. Took guesses as to why they were there, but who's there? You're Slate, right? Sir? Put the guns down!
Yep. That didn't end well.
That Comstock? That is the sound you have never heard. The sound of a soldier's end. Come to your hall of heroes.
Look, that's what the code book deciphers. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
Let's see.
Tip
Tip
the hat to the Vox, right? Yep.
Well, there must be more to this place than meets the eye.
And then the hat is right here, and you tip it, and then you go in.
Tip of the hat.
And there's a couple little gifts down here for us. Like this, very nice. I'm gonna increase my health.
Nice.
Get some ammo. Do I have any more? Did I get? Yes, I got some pistol ammo. Great. That's what I like to hear.
Daisy Fitzroy. I've read about her. Books say she's out to tear Columbia from the sky.
Everybody's got a dream.
I don't want to be a part of their culture, their politics, their people. The sun is setting on their world, and soon enough, all they gonna see is the dark.
Oh wow, never noticed that before, Tyrant.
Town gondola access to the Hall of Heroes. This It's going to be fantastic. Why is it that we never catch a break?
Think that keen eye of yours could find some ammunition lying around? I sure could use it when there's trouble.
It'll take some scrounging, but I'll do my best.
This game would not function without both of these two. You need them both.
The line's clear.
Okay. Let's go visit the Hall of Heroes.
Found ammo!
Okay. Where is that guy? Where is that guy? Where is he? There you are, you son of a bitch.
That's all I have right now.
There we go. Okay.
Just find that shock jockey and get the hell out of here.
The sad thing is, my pistol's now gone. Oh, it's not. It's right there. Okay. Should I keep this? Nah. I'm gonna keep my pistol, because that's how I roll. Oh, there's people behind me, aren't there? This guy's behind me, I don't like it! Thank you. God, what would I do without this girl? I would be dead. Hey! Hey, stop that! Okay, I'll take it. Thank you.
Nice.
There's my food. Why don't y'all just suck a dick? Yes. Victory.
Want it?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Great.
Thank you kindly.
Rare is the man who takes a stand for God and sweetest fatherland. But here's the place where we revere the heroes of our city dear.
Yep. Nice little revamp there. So we're gonna find out about this guy that, well, I'm not gonna say anything yet. Don't want to give anything away in case you haven't seen it yet.
Comstock, commander of the 7th Cavalry.
That man did not lead the 7th. Hell, I don't even remember the guy.
Corporal DeWitt proved his worth on the field that day.
Well, I'll be.
Slate? Is that you?
You've always been different, haven't you, Booker? You crave no glory.
Look,
No.
I see you're caught up in some kind of jam here. If you could see fit to let us through to where they keep the shock jockey, then we'll...
That tin soldier, Comstock, wants my boys dead. We won't die at his hands.
There's going to be trouble.
All my men have left is a choice. Die at the hands of a tin soldier, or a real one.
Okay. This Slate guy is really interesting because he's also racist. Just like Comstock, yeah.
Just give us the
Proud
shock
of the
jockey.
things he's done in war.
You want the vigor, Booker? You will give my men a soldier's death. They wait for you in Wounded Knee and Bakey.
Okay, so we're gonna get to know what happened in Booker's past. He fought in these 2 wars, and both of them were not things to be proud of. Not help. We're gonna find out about that. And Slate is definitely one of those people. Look at this. This is awful.
Soldier is taking credit for the deeds of the real ones. Now your companion, young lady, he wrapped himself in glory on December 29, 1890.
Wounded knee.
You don't want to know.
Yep, Booker is not proud of wounded knee. Dude, he didn't even expect that, bitch.
With hue and cry, with hat and red, they danced amongst our noble dead. But when our soldiers took the field, the savage horde could only yield.
Yeah, because taking their land was, you know, totally justifiable.
That wounded knee. I can see it in your face.
Yeah.
Tell her, Booker. Tell her how we strode that battlefield like the heroes of Sparta. I still hear the screams. Let's Comstock. Here's the soldier I spoke of. The kind of man Comstock pretended to be. See if I told you true.
So, Slate is sending his men at us, knowing that we're gonna kill all of them. Because he thinks that, well, he knows that Comstock's gonna kill all of them anyways, so he'd rather them die to Comstock, to our men, than Comstock's 10 soldiers.
Here, ammo!
Ooh, okay. Dude, he just killed his friend with friendly fire. That was nice. I liked it. I liked it. It was great.
Appreciate it.
10 out of 10. Take those salts with me. You know what? No, none of that. Not allowed. There we go. Die, 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 die. Die, fucker. There we go.
You see, young miss? You see the man that Comstock wishes he was? A real soldier.
I don't want to do this, Slate. Just give me what I need.
I will.
Yes,
After
yes.
you do the same for me. Come and look for me amongst the boxers.
Who are the boxers?
The Chinese. He means us to head to the other display.
Yeah.
Can you hear Comstock's tin soldiers coming to silence us? But we are the true patriots.
Yeah.
The history that does not fit in their books.
This is completely inaccurate. Completely fucking inaccurate. Because we're the one that murdered their innocent women and children. However, the natives did do some nasty things, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know, maybe I'm just harsher on Americans because I am one, I don't know. Okay. Let's go to the next exhibit. Oh, where? God, this isn't offensive at all. But this is how they spread hate.
It was my hand that put the
Spreading
sage
lies.
in the torch.
People eat this shit up.
That's not how Comstock tells it.
Yeah, apparently Comstock. Let's hear this bullshit.
Was yellow skin and
Is that even Chinese? What
until they crossed the righteous path of our prophet's holy wrath.
I don't even think that's Chinese. Is that Chinese? Let me know if you read Chinese, if that's actual Chinese. I guess I don't recognize these, but that's because I don't know many characters anyways, so.
I read about this. Comstock led the Colombian troops.
Comstock wasn't there! The boxers took my eye and 30 of my friends. Is there even a stone to mark that sacrifice?
Okay.
Booker, careful!
Give me that ammo, give me that ammo. Yes, yes.
Catch!
That'll do.
Okay. Damn you, fireman. Don't know why I aimed down the sights of someone that was like right next to me, but whatever. Here. Yeah, take it, bitch. Okay. Hope you enjoyed that. There we go. Okay, that's over, I guess.
You did them a favor, Booker. You let them die like men.
I didn't ask for this. I have no quarrel with these men.
Heroes never ask.
I never claimed to be no hero.
And what are you? If you take away all the parts of Booker DeWitt you tried to erase,
Very important part.
what's left?
Yeah, good question. Good question. Slate's a crazy motherfucker, but that's a good question to ask. When you take away all the parts of Booker that he tries to erase, what is fucking left?
Now
Yeah.
that you're out of yours, you might realize cages have their advantages.
A choice is better than none, Mr. DeWitt. No matter what the outcome.
Yeah. What if you woke up one day and realized you didn't like what you chose?
Yeah. This part of the game takes on a whole new meaning when you play it a second time, and that's why this game is meant to be played more than once. So, yeah. Up. It's time for the analysis portion of this Let's Play. Today I'm going to be talking about Booker's character development, which is really exciting because character development happens to be my favorite part of storytelling. During this episode, we figure out what kind of man Booker is. We find out that he has done some horrible things in his past that he regrets. This is important because his inability to confront his past mistakes will become his eventual downfall.
That's something you'd want gracing a resume.
Pinkertons. Weren't they the ones they'd call in to settle things when the workers took to striking?
Settle. Oh, that's a word for it.
Aristotle theorized that every great tragic story involves a character with a fatal flaw. The fatal flaw is an error that the protagonist fails to see in himself or herself, an error that eventually causes his or her demise. Booker's flaw is that he hates his past mistakes, including Wounded Knee, the Boxer Rebellion, and his work with the Pinkertons, but he ignores these mistakes. He most likely learned to numb his feelings when forced to kill the innocent natives in Wounded Knee as a sort of coping mechanism. At Wounded Knee, American soldiers fired on Lakota Indians, many whom were unarmed men, women, and children. What happened at Wounded Knee was atrocious.
The women, as they were fleeing with their babies, were killed together, shot right through. And after most of them had been killed, a cry was made that all those not killed or wounded should come forth, and they would be safe. Little boys came out of their places of refuge, and as soon as they came in sight, a number of soldiers surrounded them and butchered them there. American Horse, Oglala.
What happened at Wounded Knee is just further proof that the American government was truly trying to commit genocide. They were truly trying to kill off Native Americans. And this is why Booker is a tragic character. He's not evil like Comstock. He isn't proud of the things that he did.
You were there. At Wounded Knee. I can see it in your face.
Yet because the memories are so painful, he has lived his entire life just going through the motions. His alcoholism is most likely his attempt to numb the symptoms of post-traumatic stress. Not to mention, imagine all those nights Booker spent overwhelmed, trying to take care of his baby while still mourning the death of his wife. Then imagine the nights he spent alone when Elizabeth was gone, with nothing but a bottle to keep him company.
does he mean?
You don't want to know.
So, speaking of self-denial, remember what Slate asked Booker?
And what are you? If you take away all the parts of Booker DeWitt you tried to erase, what's left?
That's a really important question. In every story, a conflict presents itself that must be solved by the end of the narrative. In Booker's case, he must rescue Elizabeth by overcoming the obstacle of his memory. Memory plays a deeper role in Bioshock than you might imagine. For example, you'll find out later in the game that when a person enters a universe they don't belong in, they forget many of their old memories and forge new ones. Hey, memory is also one of the largest themes of Bioshock 1.
A man chooses. A slave obeys.
Remember how Jack lost all of his old memories and new fake memories of a family and a farm were implanted? This isn't a coincidence. I think the fact that both of these games include these details shows a fascination with Freudian ideas of the subconscious. Now, I'm not a psychoanalysis expert, but from what I understand, the subconscious mind is a dormant part of your mind where information is stored. In Freud's opinion, traumatic memories are often pushed back by the subconscious. They're just below the surface and you can't access them. This causes severe problems for the individual, such as depression, anxiety, and other disorders. Now, Freud was bullshitting on a lot, and many medical health experts and mental health experts don't agree with things that he said, but he realized that trauma therapy often requires a patient to recall the traumatic events in their life. This is something that PTSD sufferers go through today. They're actually told to recall the horrific events that they went through so that they can go back to those events and reclaim ownership over them. That they can distinguish between those events that happened and the events that are happening now, and tell their mind not to give those events so much authority. So this idea of the subconscious really kind of reflects in how these new memories form for Booker. The fact that he thinks that Elizabeth is an assignment is not some random thing. Actually, the new memories that he's formed comes from a reality that he believes about himself. Do you follow me? For example, what has Elizabeth become to him in this new reality? An assignment. Why? Because when someone goes through a tear, the most prominent part of their subconscious takes control. Booker has programmed himself to neglect his emotions in order to follow orders. As a result, he believes he's on an assignment by one of his many shady employers to bring a girl to New York so that he can pay off his gambling debt. The false memory is only a materialization of his tragic flaw, his self-denial. This false memory allows Booker to solve his problem in a way that shuts off his emotions. Because if he knew that this girl was his daughter from the moment he entered into Columbia, he would be filled with that self-hatred and regret. The horribly tragic thing about this story is that he has this self-regret and hatred towards himself throughout this entire story, even though he's trying to oppress it. And we see these little glimpses of the self-hatred in these interactions that he has with Comstock. We see these glimpses of hatred when he murders Comstock. That is just a pure act of self-hatred and self-loathing. So the really tragic thing is Booker is trying to block his mind from these memories because they cause him so much pain. But in doing so, he causes himself and Elizabeth even more pain. Yes, of course, he can't control the new memories that he's formed when he enters into Columbia until Elizabeth tells him the truth, until they find out the truth. He doesn't have power over that. What these memories really tell about him is the state of his consciousness. Okay, so let's review what I've said so far because I just said a lot. Booker's tragic flaw is self-denial. It's tragic because Booker denies himself of the memories of his past so that he can cope with the horrific memories. The tragic thing about this is because he tries to block these memories from his mind, because he tries to focus on the tasks at hand without considering his emotions, he causes himself more pain. In fact, this is probably why he has been in multiple wars, probably why he joined the Pinkertons. It's probably why he gave Elizabeth up, because he so distanced himself from his emotions. Now, we also discussed how when someone enters into another universe, when they go through a tear, they will often forget the memories that they had from the previous universe and form new memories. And we learned that the new memories that they form are often influenced by the most powerful memories that person has in their subconscious mind. So what we can assume from this is that Booker's memory of regret is his most powerful one. It's so powerful that he fails to forget the one detail that he needs to rescue Elizabeth the most. If he had entered Columbia with the memory that Elizabeth was his daughter, who knows how events would have played out. Maybe things would have went quicker. Maybe he would have been able to have a reunion with her. But it's not until you play the game a second time that you can really understand the emotion of having Elizabeth with you for the entire game. It almost feels like you finally get to live that reunion through Booker, that reunion that he always wanted with his daughter. My heart breaks that it isn't till the end that Booker realizes who Elizabeth is, because that's what he always wanted. And they never really get that reunion. Sure, Booker has a new Annabelle and a new universe, but not the Elizabeth that we fell in love with in this game. And that's why this story is incredibly tragic. One of the reasons why this story is incredibly tragic, but I'm going to get into that in another episode. So I'd like to hear what your thoughts are. I apologize if this was confusing. It's a lot of information and I tried to get it in the most coherent fashion. But if you want me to clarify on any details, just tell me in the comment section. And I will see you all in the next episode. I should go.